The biggest question here is, can you, a private citizen, be stripped of your Foia rights if you're being sued by a public body? Because that would change the game, and it would mean a lot of time and money that people probably don't have. Right now, that question is playing out in a lawsuit over one of James Brown's former trustees, Adele Pope. She requested some public documents, but once the Attorney General sued her, the court ruled she could only get those documents through discovery, a lengthy process of a lawsuit. Newberry journalist Sue Summer has been covering the case for years.
It would not be any big deal because clearly the documents were written by the Attorney General. They had to be public documents and would be released immediately. And I was wrong.
There was never an official ruling on the case. Circuit Judge Doyet Early just dismissed it. It's now pending in the Court of Appeals. But for the average person, this case could have big implications. This ruling could affect normal citizens that have nothing to do with James Brown.
Absolutely.
So it seems like under this ruling and by this logic, all somebody would have to do is sue you to prevent you from getting a public document.
And then you'd have to go through the process of discovery, which is very expensive, and it would create a tremendous delay.
Think of it this way. If you live in a city and want to see its budget, the city could sue to prevent you from seeing it. Then you'd have to wait months, maybe years, to get that information through the court process. That goes directly against the language of the law, which protects the release of public information at a minimum cost and minimum delay.
No rules apply. And just when you think you know what team somebody's on, they change jerseys.
Now keep in mind, Pope requested the documents on the James Brown estate years ago. Now, according to the Freedom of Information Act, they're supposed to respond within 15 days. I spoke to Pope's attorney today, who says since this case is still making its way through the Court of Appeals, could take another 4 months to a year to get a final ruling.